Yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
About it. Mhm.
Yeah. So yesterday, Mrs. Ha, I met a girl I went to a coffee shop, and
Oh,
the waitress looked Vietnamese to me. So I
oh, really?
asked her.
Yes.
Yeah, I asked her, and she is from Hanoi.
Oh, really? Yeah. Maybe she was a student.
Very interesting. Yeah, she's come out here to study hospitality. Hospitality.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah, so it was the cafe was a little bit busy, so I didn't get a chance to talk to her much.
Yes.
But she said before she wanted to try to get to Canada, but they wouldn't let her in. So
Oh,
instead, she came to New Zealand. So and she's been here for 3 years.
yes.
Yeah, but so I wanted to ask her: Is Canada a popular choice for Vietnamese students?
Not so popular, but I think like maybe a little bit cheaper than going to America. So, but
Right,
yeah,
right,
but I think no go to New Zealand because not many fields of studies to choose.
right,
Yes.
right, right,
Mhm.
right. Okay, yeah, because she said she couldn't get into Canada, so her second choice was New Zealand.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, but she wanted. I was trying to understand. Actually, she's been here for 2 years, so her English is quite good, of course.
Yes.
And
Mhm.
she's saying she's been here, so she wanted to study marketing originally, but she couldn't get into marketing course, so had to study hospitality.
Yes.
And so that's why she was working as a waitress.
Oh, but hospitalities, but in fact, I do not understand well about that.
Right. No, me neither. I think it's usually to do with, like working in a hotel, something like that.
Oh, yeah. But I think New Zealand is famous for that.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Right.
New
Right.
Zealand, and
Yeah.
yes,
And yeah.
she's
Anyway,
a,
it was
Mhm.
interesting to talk to her.
Okay.
Anyway, so when she brought me my coffee, I said to her, "Come earn."
Yes.
And,
She
and of
was
course she
surprised.
said, you can speak Vietnamese, she said. And then she talked to me very fast Vietnamese. That was
Oh,
funny.
what a shame.
Yes, what a shame.
Yeah, okay.
Because I said, I do this class in Hanoi.
Yes.
And with many lovely Vietnamese students. And
Yes.
and she was very jealous.
Oh, yes.
Because she said, when I did Ielts, I had to study by myself. She said,
Oh,
very
okay.
hard.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, that was interesting.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, everyone. So welcome to class, those of you who've joined us. Hello, Bao Lin.
Con bật camera lên con. Trà My bảo Linh bật lên con.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Bao Lin?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, that's good. And hello, Trami.
Hi, teacher.
How are you, Trami?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. Actually, it's hot here today for a
Yes,
change. Temperature
it's
is
really
about.
cold in here.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
What is the temperature there?
It's about 10 degree, I think
Oh,
so.
wow. Quite cold. Quite cold. Today here is 29 today here. So nice and warm. Okay, so who have we got? We've got Duk Nia, I can see Trami, I can see Bao Lin. You are at a funny angle. That's better, Bao Lin. Thank you. You are looking at me sideways for a moment. But now I can see you fine. Hello, Viet An.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Viet An?
I'm good.
Good, good. Nice to see you. Hello, Phung Ni.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Phung Ni?
I'm good, thank you.
Good, good. So it's been, so I've got how many so far? 5. So it's been, what, 2 weeks since I saw you last time. So I will quickly show you what we are going to do today. Okay, and here. All right, so because I know you had the Tet holiday last weekend, what we are doing for our speaking exercise today, I want you to describe for me what you did during the Tet holiday. I want you to tell me where you went, if you went somewhere, who did you go with, what did you do, and was it fun? And I want you to see if you can talk to me for 30 seconds, okay, without me asking any questions. You can stop a little bit during the 30 seconds while you think of what to say next, but see if you can talk for 30 minutes, sorry, 30 seconds. 30 minutes would be a long time. 30 seconds without stopping. All right, so describing to me what you did during the Tet holiday. If you didn't go anywhere, if you just stay at home, well, tell me about that. Okay, so Duk Nia, are you ready to start?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Duk Nia, what did you do
Okay.
during Tet?
During chat of the first day, we usually like we spend our day in our home and go to like what do I call it? Go visit my dad's and mom friend's house. So yeah, and I make a lot of lucky money from it, so it's pretty fun. And the next 3 day we went to Tam Dao, which is in Vĩnh Phúc, Vietnam, and we went to a lot of places. Like I went to a lot like place. What do we call it?
What do you call it?
Yeah, I forgot how to call the places that we went. Like
Okay, doesn't matter, Duk Nia, don't worry. So just two things to correct
Yeah.
what you said to me so far. Don't worry, I'm sure as soon as you stop speaking, you will think of it. All right. So you said we go visit your mums
Went-
and dads, did you say friends? Go
Yeah.
visit.
we
Okay,
we
so
went.
for proper English, you would say we went to visit.
Yeah, maybe.
We went to visit, okay? Remember you were talking, what tense here, Duk Nia? What tense should we be talking in?
Past tense.
Past tense, correct. So we went to visit. To go visit is a present or future tense word, okay?
Yeah.
So have to use went. We went to visit.
Okay.
And also you said to me, I make a lot of lucky money.
I made.
Correct.
Okay.
I made a lot of lucky money. That's good, Duk Nia. Okay, always past tense.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that. That was fine. Don't worry if you can't remember the name of the place. All right, try me, please. Your turn.
Yes, I think these days were much more happier than 2 years ago because we had to lock down and social distancing. So on 30 is the last day of the year. We had meals with my relatives and grandparents. There was I like 30 days so much because it's my family reunion. I can play and talk with my cousins, and at the midnight we went to watch fireworks together. And after that, my family and my uncle family went to my grandparents' house to ring for New Year.
Okay, that's
And
fine, try me. That's fine. That's all I want. Okay, that's
yes,
good. So only one thing I will correct, Trami. You said this Tet was much more happier. Okay, in English you can't say that. You don't need to say more. All right, much more happier doesn't make sense. The way English works, you just instead you say much happier.
yes,
That's all you need to say. Okay, this Tet was much happier than 2 years ago.
yes,
Okay, Trami.
yes,
So you can't say much more happier. All right, you can't add more as the extra intensifier. So just say much happier.
yes.
And that is fine. Okay, but the rest of that was perfect. Thank you, Trami. Okay, Bao Lin, please.
Yes. Before the test, we prepare the food and clean our house very clearly. And bought some peach blossom to decorate our house. after the Tet, during the Tet, I just spend time with my family and uh, just spend time with my family and um went to the went to my grandparents' house and my house. Uh, so I get a lot of lucky money.
Okay,
Um,
that's very good,
uh,
Balin.
af-
That's fine.
yes,
That's fine, Balin. Thank you. That's fine. So just one thing to correct, the same thing I said to Duknia. What tense are we talking in? What tense should you be
is
talking in?
possible.
Correct. Okay. So you said to me, well, I spend time with my family. Okay. What should it be instead of spend? What is past
Spent
tense of spend? Spent. Correct. Okay. So I
is
spent time with family. I spent time with my family,
yeah,
not spend. Okay. But the
spent.
rest of that was good. The rest of that was good. Thank you, Bala. Okay. And I'm glad you got some lucky money. That's great. Okay. Viet An. Viet An, your turn, please.
Yes.
Okay, your turn, Viet An. What did you do during Tet?
In my third Tết holiday, the first day we visited to my hometown, and and I hung out with my family. We eat a lot of traditional Tết food. Uh, for example, chung cake. Yeah, I have I got I got a lot of money, lucky money by my
I got a lot of lucky money. What? Can you finish the sentence? For example, I got a lot of lucky money from my relatives.
who related
Yeah.
Relatives.
related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Relatives. Okay, that's fine. Thank you, Viet An. So just one thing I will correct with you. What is past tense of eat? You said to me, we eat a lot of traditional Vietnamese food.
Ate.
Yes, correct. Okay. Have to use ate. We ate a lot of traditional Vietnamese food. Thank you, Viet An. Phong Ni. Phong Ni, your turn, please.
At that holiday, I just stay in Hanoi. The first day I went to watch the fireworks with my aunt and my sister. I got the lucky money for my family and my friends. The second day I went to coffee shop with my friend, and the third day I went to the park with my family.
Okay, that's very good. No corrections, Phong Ni. That was all correct. 100%. Very good. Okay, correct tense too. Excellent. Okay, who is joined the class since I've been talking? Let me see. Hello, Jia Ling.
Gia Linh ơi.
Hello, Jia Ling.
Okay, I don't know why.
Okay, hello, Anji.
Hello, teacher.
How are you, Anji?
I'm very fine. Thank you.
Good, good. Can you turn your camera on, please, so I can see you?
Yes.
Okay, you too, please, Jia Ling. I will come back to you in a moment. Okay, Anji, I can see you now. That's great. Thank you. All right. So as you can probably hear, I've been asking everyone to describe what you did during your Tet holiday. I want you to talk for 30 seconds, Anji. So whenever you're ready, please.
Yes. My holiday was so fun. The first day, me and my family went to the pagoda to pray for luck and money. The second day, I went to my grandmother's house. So because she invited us, for a meal. And the third day, we went back to Hanoi because my sister had a work at the cinema. Thanks for listening.
Okay, good. So you went to your, you said you went to your grandmother house. Yes? Okay, remember you need to put an S on the end of grandmother. Okay, has to be my grandmother's house.
Yes.
Okay, so I need to be able to hear that clearly. Have to pronounce the S. We went to my grandmother's house and we invited us for meal. What word is missing from that phrase, Angie? Invited us for meal.
For a meal?
Yes, correct. Invited us for a meal. Very good, Angie. The rest was correct. That's good. Thank you. Okay, Jialing.
Yeah, I'm here.
Hi, Jialing. Can you turn your camera on, please?
Is it
Okay, how are you, Jialing?
I'm good.
Good. All right. Tell me about what you did during TET.
Tet is one of the most anticipated holiday, and before Tet, my family bought some ingredients, to make typical traditional dishes. And during Tet, in the 3 days of New Year, I wish my grandparents or the past in Tet holiday, and I got a lot of lucky money. It was more than last year, and because the weather is so cold, so I didn't go to the beach, so I just stayed at home and played with my cousins.
Nhớ là 30 giây thôi.
Okay, that's very good, Jialing. Very good English. Okay, excellent. Okay, I have no corrections. Okay, all of that was 100%. Well done. Okay, and Nok 2. How are you, Nok 2?
I'm fine, teacher.
Good, good. All right, Nok 2, what did you do during TET?
I on the first day of this, I went to my dad's hometown, and the second day I went to my mother's hometown. In this, I can see a lot of relative, and I got a lot of lucky money, and almost my lucky money I can gambling.
Oh, sorry, what was that last bit, Nok 2? You spent your lucky money gambling, did you say?
Yes.
You spent it all gambling.
No.
Wow, what sort of gambling?
Like playing card, but I draw.
Playing cards.
Yes.
Okay, so did you win or lose?
No, I draw.
You draw.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you didn't win or lose.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the only thing that's good, not to. I'm glad you were able to keep your money. So just one thing I want to change. You said I got a lot of relatives. All right.
I can see a lot of it.
You can see a lot of relatives. Okay. I can see a lot of relatives. All right. Or you say I have a lot of relatives. To use the word got means you get something, like lucky money, for example. I got a lot of lucky money is correct. Okay, but you don't say I got a lot of relatives. That means, that sounds like someone gave you relatives, all right, which isn't correct. So you always say I have relatives, or I met a lot of relatives. All right, thank you, Nok 2. I think that is everyone. Is there anyone I have missed? How many have we got now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's great. All right, so like I said, everyone, to those of you who were here at the start, welcome back to class for the new year. I hope you all had a wonderful TET. I hope you all got some lucky money, and I hope you all have a lucky year ahead. Year of the cat, I think, in Vietnam. Is that right, Mrs. Ha?
Yes.
Year of the rabbit in China, but of the cat in
Yeah,
Vietnam.
yes, yes, it's right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So one thing we're going to do for the next few lessons, I will try and give you a new fun phrase each week. Okay, this will be an idiosyncratic phrase, not something that you might usually read in a textbook or hear during an English lesson, but the sort of thing that English speaking people will say in conversation. And sometimes if you hear this word or phrase in a movie, for example, you might be thinking, what does this mean? I've never heard of this. So I'm going to try and show you some of these phrases. So I will show you one every lesson. So, try me.
Yes.
Okay, try me. Can you please read this week's fun phrase of the week?
Yes. Fun phrase of the week. Food coma is now an informal, a stage of sleep or extreme lethargy induced by the consumption of a large amount of food. Example, I ate so much food at the birthday party that I fell into a food coma.
Okay, very good reading. Thank you, Trami. Okay, I know some of these words for some of you are a little bit formal, so I will explain them now. The first one is coma. For those of you who don't understand, coma is when you become unconscious. Normally, when maybe you hit your head or you are very sick, okay, it is a form of a very deep sleep. Some people stay in a coma for years sometimes. Sometimes at hospital, they will put you into a coma. They will make you unconscious so that your body can recover. So coma means to be unconscious or in a very deep sleep. All right. The word extreme. Extreme is an intensifier. It means very, very much. We have extremely cold weather in Hanoi today. In summer, we have extremely hot weather. So extreme just means very, very, very much. Lethargy. The word lethargy is an adjective here. It means, lethargy means to feel very, very sleepy or tired. It is a formal word. Lethargic, okay, is another form of the word. If you are lethargic, you are feeling very slow and sleepy and tired. Okay, consumption, I'm sure most of you know, means to eat or to use something. Consumption is a formal word for eating or using something. Someone who consumes things is a consumer. So consumption is a form of the word consume. Induced is a formal word which means to be brought on by or made to do something. Brought on by or made to do something. Okay, so what this sentence means, if I was to paraphrase it, means sleep or feeling very tired, which was caused by eating a large amount of food. Okay, so again, I'll say that just to paraphrase it for you in simple words, sleep or feeling very tired caused by eating a large amount of food. Okay, so food coma is an informal way of saying I felt so full after eating too much food that I couldn't move and I fell asleep. So sometimes people talk about having a food coma. Just means I ate too much. I ate too much. I'm in a food coma. They don't really mean that they have become unconscious. All right, but it's just that they felt very, even sick, they felt very slow and sleepy. Food coma. So sometimes you will hear this in movies or maybe see it in books sometime. Food coma. All right, anyone got any questions about food comas? or comas. I hope none of you had a food coma during TET. I hope you didn't eat too much, although I know it's very easy to do. All right. Any questions before we go any further? Any questions? All right. Let's look at this week's test. Some paraphrasing practice. All right. What I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to each get you to do one of these sentences, and then I'm going to get you all to read the whole paragraph, but using the substituted words. So these are the substituted words here. What I want you to do is replace the underlined words and phrases with more formal or academic words and phrases. You don't need to use them all right? There are more words here under options than you need. You have to choose which words to use and which words not to use. Okay, so we will start, like I say, we will do this in turns, doing one each. And then when we've finished, I will get each of you to repeat or read the paragraph for me, but using the substitute words. So, Duknia.
Yes.
All right, Duknia, can you read the first phrase, please? Stop here and choose what phrase you will use as a substitute.
Okay. Many people, when driving their cars, go. When many people, when driving their cars.
Yep. Yep. So go over is the next phrase. So yeah. What is a phrase or word here that you can substitute for go over?
Driving the cars.
Sorry, Duknia?
Exceed the speed.
Is correct. Correct. Very good, Duknia. Good. Exceed, okay, is a synonym for go over. All right. Thank you, Duknia. Baolin.
Yes.
Okay, Baolin. Can you read the sentence, all right, to here and substitute this phrase, please? Okay. So please start at the beginning.
Yes. Many people when driving exceed the speed limit in the urban centers.
Correct. Can you read it again, but a bit more slowly, please?
Yes. Many people when driving the cars exceed the speed limit in the urban center.
Right. Okay. In urban centers. So urban and city are synonyms. Many people when driving their cars exceed the speed limit. This is pronounced limit, by the way, Baolin, in city centers.
Yes.
Okay. Viet An.
Yeah.
Okay, Viet An, can you read from the beginning, please? Okay. Using the substitute words, and also I want you to substitute this phrase, okay?
Many people when driving the car go over.
Okay, so it's not go over. You have to please use the substitute word from here.
Dùng cái từ thay thế con. Có những cái từ synonym là what ấy?
That's why you all have to listen while we're doing this, so you hear what the other students choose as the substitute word.
Exceed the speed.
Exceed is correct. Yep.
Limit in urban center.
Correct. Okay, so can you read all the sentence again, please, Viet An?
Many people when driving their car exceed the speed in this urban center.
Okay, and the next sentence, please.
As a way of solving this.
Okay, so now I need you to substitute. Okay, instead of saying the government, please choose a phrase from here.
Hai từ government bằng từ gì? Quốc gia.
Human.
Humans, not humans.
Quốc
Not
gia.
humans, Viet An. Okay, good try, but not humans. Okay, I'll try Song Ni. Song Ni.
I think the word
Okay, so you have to start at the beginning, Phung Ni.
many people when driving their car exceed the speed limit in urban center as the way of showing this. I think it's the authorities.
Correct. Okay, that is correct, Phung Ni.
Đúng
All
rồi.
right, so Viet An.
Việt Anh ơi, con nghe thầy gọi chưa? Chú ý nghe vào.
Okay, Viet An, so it is the authorities, this one here, okay?
Chính quyền nhá, tức là government là chính
Okay.
phủ nhưng mà còn authority là chính quyền nhá. Các anh hiểu chưa nhỉ? Ghi nó vào, nốt nó vào.
Okay, so authorities is a suitable synonym for government. Okay, authorities and the government. All right, thank you, Phung Mi. Jia Ling.
Yes.
Okay, from the beginning, please, Jia Ling.
Should put, I think, is ought to install.
Okay, so can you read, that is correct. That's good, Jia Ling. So can you read the paragraph from the start, please?
Yes. Many people, when driving their cars, exceed the speed limit in the urban centers. As a way of solving this, the authorities ought to install more speed cameras on major.
Good, that's very good. Thank you, Jia Ling. Okay, so the authorities ought to install. Ought to install. This phrase is a synonym phrase for should put. More speed cameras on major streets too. Okay, where are we up to? Anji. Anji. To what? Instead of put, this word here is put. What is the synonym for put?
I think it's a deter.
Correct. Okay, can you read from the beginning, please?
Yes, many people when driving their cars exceed the speed limit in the city centers. As a way of solving this, the authorities ought to install more speed cameras on major streets to deter people.
Good, thank you. Thank you, that's fine. Thank you, Anji. Okay, knock 2.
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at this phrase now, knock 2.
I
Okay.
think it's from breaking the law.
Is correct, knock 2. Very good. Okay. Can you read from the beginning to the end of that sentence, please?
Many people when driving their car exceeds the speed limit in the urban center. As a way solving this, the authority ought to install more speed camera on main speed to deter people from breaking the laws.
Okay, that's very good, knock 2. So just this word here, can you pronounce this one for me, please? The authorities, authorities.
Authorities.
Yeah, authorities, authorities. Can you try again, please?
Con đọc lại đi.
Authorities, authorities, authorities. So this one here is like a th sound. like a TH sound, but a soft TH sound, not a hard sound. Authorities, authorities. Okay, thank you, Nok, too. All right, try me.
Yes.
Okay, try me. For this one is for you. If this is done.
Is by doing this.
Correct. Okay, can you please read from the beginning?
Many people, when driving their cars, exceed the speed limit in urban. As a way of solving this, the authorities ought to install more speed cameras on major streets to deter people from breaking the law. By doing this.
Okay, that is correct. And by the way, you still have to say urban centers. Try me. Okay,
Yes.
still have to use the word urban centers instead of city centers. Okay, that's good. All right, Duknia.
Yes.
Okay, next one. So we've already done if this is done, more people. All right, what is the substitute word for people?
More people, citizens.
Correct. Okay, so please, from the beginning, Duknia.
Many people, when driving their cars, exceed the speed limit in urban centers. As a way of solving this, the authorities ought to install more speed cameras on major streets to oh God, what is I forgot.
Okay, it is deter.
Oh, okay.
Deter.
Nhớ từ deter là gì
Okay.
không?
Yeah,
Giống từ
deter.
prevent.
Deter means to put people off. Put people off. Deter. Okay.
Yeah.
Keep going, please.
To
Keep going,
deter
please.
people
Duknia.
from breaking the law.
Correct.
By doing this, or is it by doing this?
By doing this, and what is next?
By doing this, more people, more citizens.
Correct.
Who's-
Thank you. Thank you. That's fine. Thank you, Duknia. Okay, Bao Ling.
Bảo Linh ơi.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, more citizens whose speed will be what?
I think is cough.
Correct. Okay, is correct. Okay, maybe could have been arrested, but caught is probably better. Caught is better. All right, that's good. Okay, Bao Ling from the beginning.
Yes. Many people, when driving the car, exceed the speed limit in urban center. As a way of solving this, the authorities ought to install more speed camera on major streets to deter people from breaking the law. By doing this, more citizens whose speed will be caught.
Good. Very good, Bao Ling. Okay, and the last one for you, Viet An. Viet An.
A lot of emphasis on three-point shooting nowadays. You'll take that look right there any night of the week.
Okay, thank you for turning that off, whoever that was. Okay, so Viet An.
The fourth quarters look sharp, 38%.
Right, and this problem will eventually be.
On the way. Lots of room.
Của ai đấy? Của ai cắt cho con ơi?
He's got his seventh assist.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me, Viet An?
Yes.
Okay, Viet An. Okay, what is the synonym for this?
I think it's fixed.
Fixed. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, it's pronounced fixed. Fixed. like it is spelled F-I-X-T, okay, fixed, fixed, correct, fixed, good. All right, Viet An, can you read from the beginning, please?
Yeah, many people when driving the car insist the speed limit in a urban center. As a way of solving this, the authority asked to install more speed cameras on major streets to deter people from breaking the law. By doing this, more human who speed will be arrested. And this problem will eventually be fixed.
Okay, so just 2 mistakes, Viet An, all right? So this one is not humans, all right? It's not, so the substitute word for this isn't humans. Can you see what the substitute word should be?
Tìm cái từ thay thế nào hợp lý hơn nào?
Okay, humans are people, but citizens is correct. That is a better word for this paragraph, okay? Okay, so people and humans are the same. You are correct, but citizens is better. That's why we choose this. Citizens are people who live in the city. All right, and this one here, stopped. It's not arrested. Okay, you said arrested. It's not arrested. Can you see what word it should be instead, Viet An?
Increase, no, caught.
Caught, correct. Caught. Okay, if you are caught, means you are stopped from doing something. It means the police or the authorities will catch you. Okay, if you are caught. Okay, that's very good. All right, Jia Ling.
Yes.
Okay, I'll get you to do this last, then we will get on to the writing. Can you read the whole paragraph from the beginning, please?
Yes.
Using the substitute words.
Yeah. Many people, when driving their cars, insist the speed limit in the urban centers. As a way of solving this, the authorities ought to install more speed cameras on major streets to deter people from breaking the law. By doing this, more citizens who speed will be caught, and this problem will eventually be fixed.
Okay, very good, Jia Ling. 100%. Okay, that's great. So again, just to summarize everyone, I'm showing you these words just to increase the vocabulary for some of you, and just to remind you of what words can be used as synonyms for these phrases. So quickly go over is exceed, city, urban. Okay, the government, the authorities, should put, ought to install, put people off, okay, is deter, okay? If you deter someone from doing something, it means you put people off doing something, you deter them. And from speeding, okay, breaking the law. By doing this, more citizens who speed will be caught and the problem will eventually be fixed. Are there any questions with any of those words? Okay. All right, writing time. So what I'm going to do now, again, because I want you to start writing, but first of all, I want you all to go very quickly through what we did 2 weeks ago when we last had a lesson. Actually, that's not the one I wanted to share with you. Where's it gone? And not that one either. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go very quickly. This is the writing. You might remember that we did 2 weeks ago. We are doing the overview paragraph, all right, for this graph, okay, people who watch sporting events. So I'm just going to go very quickly through this with you now to finish correcting this. I know I started this last time before you finished the lesson, but I will start again with each of you, and I will quickly show you the mistakes. All right, Trami.
Yes.
Okay, Trami. It can be clearly seen people who are aged 41 plus watch sports the most. All right. In this sort of sentence, Trami, you don't need to say who are. Okay. So I can actually delete that completely. And by the way, everyone, can you please pay attention to what I'm doing with the other students so you can learn from this as well? All right. Because there will be mistakes here that other students have made that I'm sure you might make. So this is a good way to learn by watching what other people do. So Trami, I can delete this, all right?
Yes.
Okay, it can be clearly seen that people aged 41 plus, all right, still makes sense. So I don't need to say who are. You can say that people aged 41 plus watch sports the most. All right, moreover, there was no group of people who were aged from, so the same thing, okay? I can take out who were, all right, Trami?
Yes.
There was no group of people aged from 15 to 25 years old who watched golf, all right? So I always try to make it a little bit simple, use the simplest English that I can, Trami, for this. Okay, so instead of saying who were watching golf, I can just make this who watched golf. All right, means I can lose one word.
Yes.
All right, there was no group of people aged from 15 to 25 years old who watched group. In fact, you don't even need to say there was no group of people. I can take out all these words, Trami, okay, and just use one word instead. Can you tell me what it is? Begins with N.
None of.
What's next? Do you know what's next?
I don't know. No one.
Yes, no one. Okay, that means if I use no one, Trami, I can get rid of all this.
Yes.
Okay, moreover, no one aged from 15 to 25 years old, and I can get rid of this too now, watched golf. Okay, so much simpler sentence and much more elegant, more better English. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay, now I don't even need to say this, Trami. All right, I can take out was recorded. Okay, tennis was the most attractive sport. Don't need to say was recorded. Tennis was the most attractive sport. Right, and instead of gained, I just need to say had, all right? Had the least watches. Opposite from tennis was athletics, which had the least watches. All right, so you can see how I've made your paragraph, I hope, Trami, simpler but more elegant by taking out unnecessary words.
Yes.
Does that make sense, Trami?
Yes, I understand this.
Good. All right. Now remember, while I'm doing this, if you have any questions as to why I'm doing something, please feel free to ask me. Okay, knock 2. Are you there, knock 2?
Yes.
Okay, it can be clearly seen people who are, okay, so same thing. All right.
Yes.
I can take this out.
Yes.
People aged from 41 plus years old watch the most sport. and people. All right. So there's to put in who are isn't wrong, but it is better to leave it out because you don't actually need it. All right. They are just unnecessary words. Okay. It's like me saying, the student in my class who was called Knock 2. Okay, that sentence is correct, but it is much better to say the student's name was Knock 2.
Yes.
Does that make sense, Knock 2?
Yes.
It's actually better to use fewer words.
Yes, I understand.
Okay, it can be clearly seen that people aged from 41 plus years old watch the most sport, and people aged from 15 to 25 years old watch the least sport. Tennis is the sport. Okay, so remember it's past tense, Knock 2. So it has to be was, all right? Would be then watched. Tennis was the sport that people watched more than any other sport, while athletics had the lowest number of people watching. Okay, so the rest of that is okay, Knock 2. That's fine. Any questions, Knock 2?
No, I have no question.
Okay, okay, good. Fung Lin, are you there? Fung Lin,
Linh ơi.
I can see her.
I don't see her. No, not just Phương Linh.
Not Fung Lin. No. Okay. Okay. Zha Ling.
Gia Linh ơi. Mấy đứa này sao thế nhỉ? Gia Linh ơi. Gia Linh. She disappeared on
She
her
disappeared. She has to. Okay. Come back to her.
Okay, yeah.
There she is.
Gia Linh ơi. Bật mic lên. Gia Linh.
Cháu đây à?
Bật mic lên. Ok, thầy hỏi đấy.
Okay, Zha Ling, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so we're looking at your overview now. It can be clearly seen that the people aged from you can clearly seen that actually don't need the here. You clearly seen that people aged from 41 plus years old watch the most sports. Okay, those aged from 15 to 25 years old watch the least sport among the three age groups. Tennis was the most popular sport for everyone, especially those aged from 41 plus years old. The least popular sport people watched was athletics. Okay, you've said watched a few times already, Zha Ling, so you can probably take it out from here, okay? So you just need to say the least popular sport was athletics.
Yes.
Okay, does that make sense, Zha Ling?
Yes.
Okay, good. Fung Ni.
I'm here.
Okay, Fung Ni. It can be clearly seen that people aged from 41 plus watch the most sport. People aged from 15 to 25 watch the least sport. The most popular sport for people was tennis, the least popular sport. Okay, and again, I'll just take this out, the least because you already said for people in the previous sentence. So don't really need it for this one. If you leave it in, it's not wrong, but it's better not to have it because you've already used it. Okay, it reads better. All right, Fung Ni, the rest of that is correct. That's good. Duk Nia.
Đừng Nghĩa ơi.
Okay, here, I'm here.
Okay, it can be clearly seen that those
who are
41 years of age or older are the ones that watch sports the most. Those between the ages of 15 and 25 watch the least sport. Okay, tennis is the least popular sport. Actually, I think it was the opposite.
I think I wrote it wrong. The most,
no, I think you did,
most
yes.
popular, sorry.
Okay, so this should be most.
Yeah.
Most popular sport, okay, and it's not in the other hand. What should it be? What should this preposition be? Not in, but
On the other hand.
correct. Well done. On the other hand, okay? On the other hand is always the collocation, okay? Not in the other hand. On the other hand, athletics is the least popular sport, okay? And again, I'll just correct this. Remember, it is past tense, okay? So this should be was. Better to always keep it past tense. All right, thank you, Duknia. Anji, are you there, Anji?
Yes.
Okay. Overall, it can be clearly seen that people aged 41 or older are the highest frequent observers of sporting events. Okay, very good paraphrasing, Anji. All right, very good. Frequent observers, all right, people who watch the most. So everyone, okay, frequent observers is a good paraphrase, and Anji is showing here that he has a good knowledge of vocabulary by being able to use this phrase, frequent observers, instead of people who are watching. Means the same thing. Frequent observers means people who watch a lot. Frequent observers of sporting events, whilst those aged from 15 to 25 years old watch the least. From the graph, it is also revealed that tennis is the most popular sport and athletics is the least popular. All right, Anji, so I just need to edit this a little bit, okay, just to take out some unnecessary words. All right. From the graph. So you don't need to say from, Anji. So the best way of saying this is the graph. All right, just like that, Anji.
Yes.
Okay, the graph also revealed. Okay, so I don't need those extra words. The graph also revealed that tennis is the most popular sport, and you don't need this linking phrase here, all right? Don't actually need it. All right, so now that is actually better English, Anji. Using that phrase, on the other hand, wasn't wrong, but you don't need it. It shows you have better control of English if you don't use that phrase there. Does that make sense, Anji?
Yes.
Okay. Bao Ling.
Yes.
Okay. Overall, it can be clearly seen that people who are aged 41 or older watch sports the most. People from the age, okay. People from all right. You see how I've corrected that, Bao Ling?
Yes.
The people aged from 15 to 25. And remember, it's past tense, so it has to be watched. Watch sports the least. The most popular sports people, okay, what should watching be, Bao Ling?
People watch.
Correct, it should be watched. Okay, remember? Past tense. All right, and what should is be, Bao Ling? Past tense?
Was.
Was.
It's was.
Yeah, okay, should be was. The most popular sports people watched was tennis. Okay, and the least popular sports, and the least popular. Okay, I can make this very simple, Bao Ling. Simple is better. And the least popular was athletics. The most popular sport people watched was tennis, and the least popular was athletics. That's all you have to write. Okay, very simple, very easy. Okay, Viet An. Hello, Việt An.
Việt Anh.
Yes, teacher. Mày có bị mở
Okay,
trận.
Việt An.
Thế hả?
Dạ vâng.
Okay, Việt An, here we go. Overall, it can be clearly seen that people aged 41 years or older, right? Past tense, Việt An, so he needs to be watched. Watched sport the most, right? Other way is not the correct linking phrase, Việt An. It should be on the other hand, okay? All right, this is the correct linking phrase or qualification. So please try to remember that, Việt An, on the other hand, okay? On the other hand. People aged between 15 to 25 watched sports the least. That is correct. The most popular sport all right. What is past tense of is, Việt An?
ER.
Past tense of is was, okay? Was tennis. The most popular sport was tennis, right? And best to say the opposite of the most popular is the least popular. Does that make sense, Việt An?
Con hiểu chưa nhỉ?
Dạ rồi.
Okay.
Okay, so the easiest way to do this, Việt An, is just to say what the most popular one was, and then the opposite is the least popular. So the most popular sport was tennis, and the least popular was athletics. And that's all you have to do. All right, so these sentences, as you can see, I've made them a lot simpler than what you wrote them, but simple is best when it comes to these. Now, that doesn't mean you have to always use simple words. You can, like Anji has done in his, he's talked about frequent observers, okay, which is a much more formal way of phrasing it. All right, but I've kept the sentences simple, but you are welcome to use more academic or formal words as part of your simple sentences. Just don't use more words than you need, is what I'm saying. Just use as many words, only as many words as you need to tell the story or to describe the graph. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so you keep your descriptions simple, but of course you try to think of more formal words to use in those simple sentences. So what we're going to do now for the rest of the lesson, got just under half an hour left, is do the 2 detail paragraphs. So the detail paragraphs are, I think, really the easiest, because all you have to do is describe what you see. And it's even easier in this sort of graph because you have 6. Okay, looking along here at the y-axis, you have 6 different sports. So how many sports, Duknia, do you put in each detail paragraph? If you have 2 detail paragraphs to write and 6 sports, how many sports, Duknia, in each paragraph?
Can you ask the question again? I don't really hear it.
Okay, so Duknia, you can see you have to write now 2 detail paragraphs.
Yes.
There are 6 sports to write about.
Yes.
Many sports for each paragraph?
3.
Correct. Okay, very simple. Very easy. All right, this one is easy. So you put 3 sports in the first paragraph, 3 sports in the second paragraph. What you are looking for, of course, in detail is how many people in each age group are watching each sport. Does that make sense to you, Trami?
Yes.
Okay, so in your first detail paragraph, you're going to be talking about how many people are watching or not watching these 3 sports. In your second detail paragraph, you talk about how many people are watching or not watching these 3 sports. Does that make sense, Trami?
Yes.
Good. Okay, Viet An. Viet An.
Yes.
Okay. Does what I am saying make sense to you? So we have 2 detail paragraphs. Okay, Viet An, we're going to write 2 detail paragraphs. Your first detail paragraph, you talk about who is watching or not watching these 3 sports. Okay, Viet An, what are these 3 sports here? Which 3 are they?
Spread it now 13 to 20,
Yes.
25.
Yeah, no, sorry. What are the names of the 3 sports, please, Viet An?
Name of
Okay, remember we are looking here at the y-axis. What are the 3 sports in your first detailed paragraph?
soccer, tennis, and golf.
Correct. Okay, so your first paragraph, you are writing about soccer, tennis, and golf. How many people are watching and how many people are not watching? Okay, if that's more interesting. All right. For your second detailed paragraph, of course, you are writing about rugby, athletics, and cricket. How many people are watching? How many people are not watching? All right. Now, these paragraphs don't have to be very long. All right. Just 2 or 3 sentences each to describe, obviously, the 2 or 3 interesting things about each group of sports. Is there anyone who doesn't understand what I want you to do for the detailed paragraphs? Okay, so I'm going to share the link with you now. You are going to write detailed paragraph number 1. And remember, just going back here to the plan, all right, that we looked at a few weeks ago. Okay, you are looking at the detailed paragraphs. Okay, you are looking as well as numbers, maybe look at any trends you could see, if there are any trends. Right, so I'm putting the link into chat, so you should all be able to click on that and please start writing your detailed paragraphs. Okay, and as usual, please write your name before you start writing. Okay, everyone, please start writing. And again, to make it quite clear, you are describing who is watching or not watching each sport. Is there anyone who can't see the link, by the way? Okay, good. Now, this is a fairly simple graph, so you should only need to write some simple sentences. Now, and I think one way, there are many different ways you can start this. But for example, looking at those first three sports, soccer, tennis, and golf, you could say something like, tennis is the most popular sport, with those aged 41 plus followed closely by golf. About, let me see, 90,000 people in those two age groups watch tennis or golf. I will show you maybe a linking word here you might not have come across before. All right. Conversely means something that is the opposite of. So if you want just one word as your linking word when you are trying to say something is the opposite of something else, this is the linking word to use, which I've just put in chat, conversely. I've misspelt it, so I'll send you the correct spelling. My mistake, sorry. So this is how you spell conversely. And this is how you use it. About 45, what did I say? If I add these two together, about 90,000 people aged 41 plus watched tennis and golf. Conversely, meaning the opposite, only 15,000 people aged between 15 to 25 watched either of those two sports or watched both those two sports. Repeat that. Around 90,000 people, remember I'm adding together these two figures, around 90,000 people aged 41 plus watched tennis and golf. Conversely, which means the opposite, only 15,000 people aged between 15 to 25 years old watched tennis and golf. That's how you use conversely. It's a way of saying the opposite of, but just using one word instead of having to say the opposite of this is. Instead, you just say conversely. So, Mrs. Ha, how were your two boys yesterday?
It was fine.
It was fine?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, Anji.
Yes.
Okay, Anji, just looking at what you've started with, you've already been, for the last two paragraphs, for example, your paraphrase and overview paragraphs, you've already been talking about the graph, okay? So you don't need to start off your next paragraph by again saying from the graph, all right? So
Yes.
all you need to do to start is just start with tennis. Like this. Okay, so as simple as that, Anji. Just start. Tennis was the most watched. All right. What is wrong with this word, Anji?
I think it doesn't need the S.
Correct. Okay. Tennis obviously is just one sport, so he doesn't need an S on the end. Tennis was the most watched sport with approximately 100. And again, don't need an S on the end of 1,000, but you do need the S here. Okay, Anji?
Yes.
Okay, so tennis was the most watched sport with approximately 100,000 spectators. S goes on spectators. All right. Keep going. Thank you, Anji. Prami.
Yes.
Watching tennis and golf was the most popular watch. Watching tennis and golf was the most I know what you are trying to say, Trami. Okay, this is how you do it. Okay, there are several different words I could put here, but I'm going to use this one. Okay, can you read this for me, please,
Yes.
Trami? Can you read it for me,
Watching
please?
tennis and golf was most popular with viewers aged 41 plus, about 90,000 people.
Okay, that sentence is now correct, Trami. Okay.
Yes.
So this is how you write it. Watching tennis and golf was most popular with viewers aged 41 plus. So instead of saying viewers, I could say people, I could say spectators. They are all synonyms for the same thing, but I've chosen viewers. Right. Does that make sense, Trami?
Yes.
Okay. So knock 2.
Yes.
Okay, probably best for this knock 2 is to start off like Anji and Trami have done with the sports. Okay, not with the ages. Yes, start with the sports. Can you see what Anji and Trami have done and start that way?
Yes.
Okay. Baoling. Baoling. Hello, Baoling.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my phone is a little bit loud.
Okay. All right. Baoling. Tennis had the highest watches. This is not a correct phrase in English, Baoling. You can't have highest watches.
Yes.
So do you know what it should be, Baoling? Instead of saying highest watches, what is another way? I know what you are trying to say. Can you think of the correct way to say this?
Maybe is the most watches post.
Yes, yes, Baoling. You are on the right track, Baoling.
Yes.
Okay, you have to use most, not highest. Okay. You could use highest if you put in some extra words. Okay. For example, like this. All right, but it means I have to use extra words. So that is now correct, Baoling. Tennis had the highest number of watches. All right, but it means I have to use 2 extra words. And I'm always looking for the way to use the least words possible, because it makes it easier to read and it also takes less time to write. So tennis had the most watches, aged from 41 plus. Don't really need to say years old, okay, because we've already been talking about this in the previous 2 paragraphs. Aged from 41 plus among. All right, there is one word missing here, Baoling. Can you tell me what it is? A small word.
Among those.
Close, very close.
Okay.
Ah, okay, among the 3 sports. Okay, then you go on to say them. Tennis, golf, and cricket, which is correct. Okay, and you have correctly used conversely, Baoling. Very good. That is correct. Conversely, those aged from 15 to 25 years old watched tennis least. Okay. As you can see here, the correction should be the least.
Yes.
All right. Please keep going, Baoling. That is correct now.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, and Jia Ling. Hello,
Yes.
Jia Ling.
Oh.
All right, Jia Ling. The age from 15 to 25 years old people watch soccer more than tennis. Okay, again, I'm going to make this, I know what you were saying, Jia Ling, but I'm going to show you how to say it more easily and simply, okay? All you need to do is this. Okay, can you read that sentence for me, please, Jia Ling?
People aged from 15 to 25 years old watched soccer more than tennis.
Okay, all right, so you can see very simple, isn't it,
Yes.
Jia Ling? Very easy, just people aged from 15 to 25 years old watch soccer more than tennis. That's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't watch golf. Again, I know what you're saying. To be more correct, Jia Ling,
Yes.
okay, you would say, probably say this. You know what? Do you know what I'm going to write? I'm going to write two words.
This what?
This, no.
Okay, this age.
This a. What is the next word? Do you know what the next word I'm going to write?
No.
Okay, this age group. Okay, remember 15 to 25 years old is an age group.
Yes.
Okay, so this age group didn't watch golf. Again, you don't need to say the number of.
Yeah.
All right, just start from here. People aged from 26 to 40 years old watch tennis most, followed by soccer and golf. Does that make sense, Jia Ling? All I've done is take off the word you had at the front of the sentence.
Yeah.
Okay, so people aged from 26 to 40 years old watch tennis. There's one word missing in here, Jia Ling. Can you tell me what it is? More word.
The most.
Yes. Okay. All right, everyone, you can stop writing now. It's time to finish the lesson. So we will continue with this next week. All right, for those of you who have turned your cameras off, can you please turn them back on so I can see you to say goodbye? Knock 2, where are you?
Yes.
Okay, Knock 2. Can you stay for a couple of minutes, please, Knock 2?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, everyone, that's the end of the lesson for today. All right, thank you for paying attention. So we're going to continue next week with finishing off these detailed paragraphs. I know we're spending quite a lot of time on this, but it's the sort of thing that once you have done it, okay, and you understand how it works, you understand how the form of it works, all right, and you understand the words you need to use, then you can use them for any exercise like this. So it's important. It is like creating the foundation or the building block that you can use to make many different buildings, but using the same technique. But you must understand the technique before you do it. I hope that is a useful comparison. All right, so that's why we're spending a little bit of time on this, getting the basic foundations right. Then you can apply these foundations to any task 1 writing example. Does anyone have any questions before we go? All right. Again, thank you for paying attention. Thank you for coming to class. I hope the weather gets warmer soon in Hanoi. And I know most of you are going back to school tomorrow. Those of you who haven't started school already last week. So I hope the next term or semester goes well for you. And I look forward to seeing you all next Sunday. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Okay, goodbye, everyone. Yeah, okay.
Okay, knock 2.
Yes.
All right. I can't see you, knock 2.
Con bật camera.
My camera is. Bác ơi, cái cam của cháu lúc mà lại cho bật nó bị lag ấy.
Thế
Thấy
con bật thử xem, bởi vì thầy nói chuyện với con thôi mà.
Yes.
That's better, knock 2. I can see you now. Thank you. So, knock 2, I just want to ask you just a few questions. For a start, are these lessons suitable for you?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to get your opinion.
Thì
All
thế
right.
hỏi con hiểu không?
On the class.
Bài học đối với con nó có phù hợp không ấy?
Cháu hiểu tiếng Việt nhé.
Không, con phải nói con phải tự nói với thầy chứ, thầy sẽ kiên trì thầy nghe. Ok. Con phải nghe, phải nói chứ.
I think the lesson is some lesson is not suitable for me, but I am trying to learn and trying to listen to you and pay more attention at the lesson.
Okay, that's good. Okay. Can you suggest any improvements to the lesson?
I think we can have more kiểu mấy cái bài mà giao tiếp với thầy, kiểu nói với thầy quá.
Okay, like suggesting
communicate with the teacher.
Communicate with teacher. And that means in the conversations, in conversation, that means when you ask and he replied, and you ask, he answered something like that. But Ngọc Tú ơi, tức là I'm so sorry teacher, because I think I should explain some things to him. Okay. Kiểu như thế này nhé, tức là có nghĩa là đồng ý là như là trong trường hợp thầy đang cố gắng sắp xếp là đến cuối tháng 5 đấy thầy sẽ gặp các con một buổi 2 buổi, nhưng mà nếu mà conversation thì nó sẽ khác với lại cái việc mà mình thi IELTS, con hiểu không? Tức là trong cái lúc mình luyện thi IELTS thì mình bắt buộc phải trả lời theo cái form của thầy dạy như các con đấy, và từ trước đến nay thì tất cả các anh các chị đều thi được kết quả rất là tốt, tức là lúc người nào cũng toàn điểm 6 trở lên, đúng không? Mà cái điểm nói 6 trở lên là không phải là dễ. Có nghĩa là mình phải nói cái thời gian đó, mình nói trong cái thời gian 1 phút hay 2 phút, và mình bắt buộc phải biết cách trả lời câu hỏi thế nào. Thế còn nếu mà conversation thì có nghĩa là lúc
cháu muốn kiểu đấy, kiểu nói theo 1-2 phút ấy, kiểu
thì ok, thế thì được rồi, thế ý là như thế, thì vì con bác và thầy cũng không hiểu ý con, và con muốn là conversation thì có nghĩa là trong trường hợp như thế, có nghĩa là phải improve cái hoặc là cho là give you more some lesson about speaking, right? Yes, okay, right, yeah. But you also need to study, writing task 1 and writing task 2, right? But maybe for the first stage, now it's not first stage anymore. But anyway, if you like that, so teacher can give you some more like speaking task. right?
Yes.
1 minute or 2 minutes, like a real test, like a real, real IELTS
Yes.
test. Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So knock 2, we will be doing more speaking. Okay.
Yes.
In the lessons to come, we will be doing more. But at the moment, we're just finishing off learning how to do writing task 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Once we finish practicing this, which we will finish in the next couple of lessons, then we will go back to learning more speaking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, knock 2.
Tốt
Good.
là con có gợi ý thế rất là tốt, bởi vì mình sẽ muốn như thế nào đấy thì mình sẽ phải nói ý kiến của mình ra, là mình cần cái trau dồi cái gì, cần học thêm cái gì. Ok, good. Nhưng mà con cố gắng con tập trung hơn trong giờ học nhé, để kiểu như là để các bạn khác viết thế nào mình cũng viết như thế ấy. Mình viết để cho mình sẽ học lại của từ của chúng nó nữa. Ok. Okay. Thank you very much, Ngọc Tú.
Okay, knock 2. So I just want to say, I want you to feel welcome in the class, and I want you to feel included. A little bit like this is your second family, all right?
Yeah.
Which means that you are welcome to ask questions anytime.
Yes.
Okay, so if you are ever not sure about anything, okay, or you would like to, as you just said then, you want to do more speaking at some stage, please let me know, all right?
Yes.
Because I'm very happy to know how you are feeling and how all the students are feeling, because this class isn't just for the best students, all right? Okay,
Yeah.
this class is also to help improve the English of students who aren't so good. Then you will be to help you become the best students.
Yes, I feel it.
All right, so, and often the way to help you learn more is to ask more questions. So I'm very happy for you to ask questions anytime, especially if there's anything you don't understand. Does that make sense?
I understand.
Okay, good. Good. All right, thank you, Noctu. That's all. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you next Sunday.
Yeah, goodbye, teacher.
Thank you.
All right,
Ngọc Tú.
bye.
Bye con
Bye,
nhé.
Noctu. Bye-bye.
Chào con nhé.